Bo Jackson was as good an athlete as the country has seen probably since Jim Thorpe.
To me, he's the greatest athlete of the 20th century. There's not even an argument there.
Every 2 or 3 days, he would do something to make you just kind of scratch your head and say, man, I don't know if I saw that right, you know?
Bo Jackson was the first superhero of my generation.
Something mythical about everything that he did.
There goes Bo, and nobody catches Bo. He may not stop Tacoma.
He was like a rocket ship that was fired out of a cannon.
He was excitement incarnate. He was untouchable.
Bo was just better than everybody else.
All we saw was a man doing things that we had no idea were humanly possible. Then out of nowhere, he was gone.
Bo Jackson was one of the last, well, how can I describe this? He was one of the last athletes who the information about him was anecdotal, that you wouldn't necessarily see the things you heard about them, but there was kind of like this legendary, kind of like Paul Bunyan description around him.
From the time he was a little kid, he was almost like a Paul Bunyan type of figure. He was this larger-than-life ideal.
And the stories about Bo Jackson were always very vivid because not only were they amazing, they were often very weird.
I saw him, myself, jump over a Volkswagen. I saw it.
One day, Bo was by himself, just standing in the water, just standing there, up to about his thighs. And all of a sudden, he just jumps out of the water and does a backflip. And my girlfriend said, "Did you see that?" I said, "Yeah, I saw that."
I remember hearing a story that, you know, when he was in 8th grade, he dunked a stick. That he had like found a stick and he was on an outdoor basketball court as an 8th grader and he dunked this stick or whatever. It was a strange story. It was so strange that like it seemed real because why would someone make up the idea that he was dunking a stick? Yeah. I remember hearing that you know, Auburn is playing in the Sugar Bowl and then during the pregame warm-ups, he takes a football and he throws up and he hits the scoreboard, which previously only punters had done.
He went and picked the ball up and threw it up there.
The things he did were so incredible and so unbelievable that people want to talk about them. People want to keep that stuff alive.
Extraordinary two-sport star Bo Jackson, number 34, just 3 weeks after baseball, ripped off 45 yards.
Bo was just like, I want to do this. I'm going to do it. I want to do that. I'm going to do that. He was a freak.
Holy Toledo!
He's probably the greatest athlete in the history of this country. He might be the greatest athlete in the history of the world.
You can't tell the story of professional football without having Bo Jackson in that list.
As the 1985 Heisman Trophy winner, Bo Jackson was destined for the NFL.
Came in and made an immediate splash when he came to the Raiders.
His coming out party was against Seattle after linebacker Brian "the Boss" Bosworth dished him in the media.
He stole Brian Bosworth's manhood at the goal line.
Quick pitch to Jackson, getting an Allen block, cuts under it, bangs through Bosworth, touchdown Raiders!
The best Bo Jackson ever is the touchdown where he runs forever and then runs like right into the locker room.
Turns it up to the 10, 15, up the left side to 20, he's at the 30, maybe nobody will get him.
He was actually gaining speed after 100 yards. You can't tell me that Bo Jackson didn't arrive on Earth naked in a blue ball of lightning. The man was a Terminator. Bo had hard speed. You felt that he was punishing the ground as he ran.
Bo Jackson wasn't just fast, he was like superhuman strong. It was like he was running a carpool for defenders. Like, hey, Bo, you going to the end zone? Yeah. Okay, we're gonna hop on your back and you can just carry us in there.
Bo Jackson was too big to be that fast. But if he ever got in the open field, what I always was amazed by were the helpless defensive backs.
What a dynamic, explosive drive by Bo Jackson.
Like the Mike Harden play, he would run right through Mike Harden. And like he never lost a step, and then he would get back to full speed right away.
Growing up in Missouri, I saw Bo Jackson destroy the Chiefs.